And welcome back to the Saturday Club podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Smith, alongside my brothers Christopher Carpenter and Jerry Drummond. Fellas, how we doing?
Good. Fun weekend. Got some good games this past weekend. Excited for what's to come. But yeah, got to have some chill NFL viewing today. Not my cup of tea, but it's fun to just watch in passing.
Jerry?
Good Saturday. Thanks for asking how I'm doing. I hope you're doing well.
Great.
Yeah, like I said last night, the mainstream media always wants us to believe this Saturday doesn't mean anything. This Saturday was awesome. So, thank you.
Absolutely. I've heard it said by other podcasts, people are sleeping on this week, and, you should never do that in college football, like you said. And this is true. Time and time again, college football delivers. We had some major upsets. We had some close battles. You know what? I don't know about y'all, but
Can I add something?
Yes.
I think the Saturdays that no one really thinks about are usually the best ones. I think sometimes, granted, everyone loves the top 10, top 15 matchups, but the best storylines, like everyone in the offseason wants to talk about hot seats with coaches. It's like this week. This is when it kind of gets the ball rolling on coaching carousel stuff. So these are my favorite weeks, to be honest, when it's just a normal slate and you kind of see, all right, this team, are they fraudulent? And then you got to see, who really loves football.
Right. Yeah, no, you blink your eye and you miss something yesterday. It was just banger after banger, especially that noon slate, which I feel like is a good segue. Let's kind of kick it off with a nice little Big 12 ACC battle in Texas, Baylor, SMU. That over smashed.
Yeah. That was it looked rough to start. SMU with the quick – well, it should have been an interception. Somehow Brinson makes a play on the ball. I really like the way SMU's defense was playing early. Obviously, didn't really hold up.
Nah, I had that one on the side TV, which I probably should have had on the main. That was a banger. I was impressed with how Baylor kind of showed some grit in the second half. Got down 2 scores by, I think, the beginning of the fourth. SMU was just humming on offense, and I like the way that they had some grit, and Sawyer Robertson kind of led them back to victory. That was impressive performance. I mean, he had over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, so he definitely deserves the game ball on that one. I kind of like me and you were talking about on the preview show, we expected some fireworks in this one, and we got all of it. Got all over the place. Guys were just balling out and making huge plays. So this was for me, loving offensive shootouts, this was awesome.
Yeah, I think you saw in the second half what Baylor is what we kind of expected Baylor to be going into the season. Jennings was dotting them up in the first half, and then they kind of figured it out on defense. Offense was showing up as well in the second half, and were able to put together a winning performance. But it was a good game. Obviously, I was at the Clemson game, so I didn't get to see all of it, but it was a fun matchup. I'm excited for what Baylor's going to be in the SMU for the ACC as well.
Yeah, I thought Baylor last week against Auburn, I thought offense wasn't the problem. It was just stopping the run. You still gave up 45 points, but you find a way to win. Really all that matters. Kind of keeps the Big 12 at a potential two-bid league. Hate to steal a basketball term, but that's what it's come to. The key thing for me was Baylor ran 94 plays. If you run 94 plays, I'd love to see the metric on that. What are teams' records that run 94 plays in a game? Granted, 2 overtimes, but still. It was 94 to 68.
Yeah.
That big of a margin. I think Baylor's got probably the best receiving core in the Big 12.
Josh Cameron.
And Ashton Hawkins, dogs. And Hawkins was ineligible until a week before fall camp.
Holy crap. I mean, they got him out of the portal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you add Cole Wilson, Kobe Prentice, Texas State and Alabama transfer. And then you're oh, yeah, and we have Bryson Washington. Honestly – I will say Aranda's been going for it an awful lot on fourth down. They went for it early in the game, 4th and 3, which makes sense. And they went for it again on 4th and 9. I was like, all right. So, I mean, the over definitely was going to be in play if we're going to go for it on 4th and 9. But impressed with Baylor.
Yeah, I think Aranda is kind of NFL comp would be Dan Campbell, just really unorthodox. He'll put it out on the table when it matters, and then
Kind of has to at this point.
might work, might not, but it's going to be exciting no matter what.
Yeah, that was a cool game. Obviously, it's an old Southwest matchup. I don't know I think those guys played earlier in the 2010s. I don't know if they played recently, but it's cool to see, those old Southwest matchups. When Arkansas can play a TCU or an SMU plays a Texas, like it's always cool. But that one has some extra juice for sure. I thought SMU played pretty good and then just couldn't put the game away.
Yeah, no, 100%. I definitely still think SMU is in that top upper group of the ACC. That offense was humming for the first 3 quarters, kind of sputtered there at the end. But that backfield of TJ Harden, he balled out this past game. Didn't really, kind of quiet week 1, but him and Chris Johnson, I think, and the fact that you can run Kevin Jennings too, like late in the year, they're going to be a dynamic offense, and they're going to be tough to stop.
Yeah, no, offense has never been the problem at SMU.
Both these defenses are.
You're up 2 scores. You got to find a way to get off the field. I feel bad for Lashley. I like Lashley a lot. I think he's done a good job at SMU. That's not a hard place now to win, but like when he took the job, I mean, dude, SMU was not. I know Dykes got him to 10 wins, but like they were. Since the death penalty on, they were nothing. So, props to Lashley, and I guess Sonny Dykes too. But Lashley's got him back in that national spotlight where I think a lot of people would agree SMU should be.
100%. Any other final thoughts on this one? Or are we good to go ahead?
Baylor's green is so ugly.
Not a fan at all.
It's so bad. When RG3 was there, it was cool.
Yeah,
they've gone away from the green and gold. They do green and like mustard yellow. It's so ugly. And SMU's uniforms are fire.
Yeah.
Well, they're tough. Didn't Baylor change their font too?
Yeah, I think so. I asked Chris and I's cousin's husband went to Baylor. They both went to Baylor. But I asked them. Apparently, Nike stripped all of their uniforms when the Art Briles stuff went down. So instead of having like 6 helmets and 6 jerseys, they only have 3 helmets and 3 jerseys. And then they had the green apparently wasn't officially a school color, so they had to switch it back.
Yeah, their jerseys have.
Dude, honestly, it's so bad. Never mind. I don't want to.
You got to stick with the gold. Like the gold.
The gold is awesome.
It's what you think of when you think like prime Baylor is.
Well, I think prime Baylor. The gold helmet, green jersey, gold pant.
Exactly.
Like, obviously, when I think gold, like Notre Dame, but like Baylor was not in the same tier, but like Baylor.
In their heyday in 2013, like you think of the Sean Open picture, and it's just like that uni combo.
Gold.
That's just like burned into my memory of Baylor, but now it's not that anymore.
Yeah, I am a little worried about Baylor. Going into Big 12 play, they can score on anybody, but like you gave up like what 300 yards rushing or something close to that against Auburn. You're going to face a lot better quarterbacks than what we like. Jackson Arnold could be elite, but you're going to face a lot better quarterbacks, at least based off last year, than Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, the only thing is Arizona State and Kansas State, who I thought were going far, look horrendous right now.
That's true, but I think
Utah's going to be the team to beat.
I'm still pretty high on Kansas.
Really?
I thought yesterday they had a chance to win.
They were up 14 with like not too much less in the game.
Yeah, they kind of collapsed. But yeah, Baylor. I still think they can play in Arlington. We'll see.
No, I agree with that. Very good win on the road for them. But let's kind of move on to our next noon game. We had the Cy-Hawk battle between Iowa and Iowa State. At Iowa State, ended up winning 16-13. Thoughts?
Another classic Iowa State-Iowa game. I feel bad for Iowa.
Yeah.
There's like 83 yards passing.
All this hype in the offseason about Gronowski, and
I think it's just once you put on the black and yellow, everything just leaves your body.
we need to do a study on that. I want them to get hypothetically, if Lagway, if Napier gets fired and Lagway goes to Iowa State or Iowa, that would never happen. But I wonder if he would forget how to throw the ball further than 5 yards.
Is it a coordinator issue or is it?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's how Iowa plays. Iowa's never really been good on offense, and somehow they won the Big Ten, the West, a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have the West to save them anymore now. So
yeah, I don't know. I think some of these Big Ten teams that were there, like true Big Ten teams, like Minnesota, Iowa, are just kind of stuck in that. We'll win games 10-7. That does not work anymore.
No. I think it's just how Ferentz wants to play. I guess he's just so old school. He was an O-line coach, I believe, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to run the ball, and they just never have any great receiver talent. I mean, I know they've produced some tight ends, but I guess that's just the way he wants to win games, which, I mean, he's a great coach, but, if I was an Iowa fan, that shit would – sorry, that would piss me off.
Family friendly, Brandon.
All right, sorry.
All good. I'll have to put not safe for work on the title. No worries. I do really like this Iowa State team for some reason. It's not like an explosive offense, obviously, but honestly, in the Big 12, it's sometimes just whoever makes the least amount of mistakes. And Rocco Beck, tried and true.
Yeah, I felt like they were able to make enough plays with Sama and Hansen. I know I was kind of locking them down most of the game, run defense wise, but they'd be able to pop a couple explosives and get into field goal range. It was basically who was going to get the most field goals, and Iowa State was able to get into the red zone enough times to have those opportunities. They made some decent plays in the passing game with Eskeldson. Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think they just did enough to win the game. That final drive, I think Gronowski got sacked 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
they tried to run a modern offense, and it was just a sack every time. I was like, oh, my God. But, Iowa State, gritty win.
Yeah. Iowa State, I don't know. I was really impressed in week 0.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, a little jump up in competition, so couldn't really get the run game going as they would like. I'm interested to see when they get deeper in that Big 12 schedule, what they look like offensively.
Yeah. They've showed they can win a gritty game. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, yeah. I could see them. Do they play Utah?
But no, they don't. But when when Kansas comes to town, or when they're playing TCU, are they going to be able to match that tempo?
And TCU, I mean, granted, that was North Carolina. TCU looked pretty physical on Monday night, but Iowa State can win games like that. But if they play a Baylor in Arlington or something, can you score? Can you keep up? And then I guess you can say the thing about Baylor. Can you get stops? But I just get a little worried when Iowa State gets deeper in Big 12 play or some of these shootout offenses. It's can you keep up? And I know they want to slow the pace down, but eventually you can't do that for 60 minutes.
No, that the stretch they have in November, they got Arizona State at TCU and then Kansas. So that I feel like that'll be a big test. Like y'all are saying, to be able to keep up with the tempo that they run on offense. Until they got Arkansas State, Arizona, Cincy, Colorado,
yeah, okay, they can win those games.
They're not going to get tested for a good bit. I mean, I don't know. This is the Big 12, so I'm maybe.
I can see Colorado giving them a little bit of a scare.
Yeah, at Colorado's tough. I mean, they were playing their third string quarterback though, weren't they?
Well, they played. I think they played all three yesterday.
That's wild. Was there a reasoning behind it, or?
Well, they were playing Delaware.
Okay. Yeah.
Salter looked bad against Tech. Dude, Salter missed some. I mean, Chris and I were watching it. Salter missed. He had like wide open lanes to run and overthrew receivers. Like, granted, Tech had like 2 early turnovers, so like the game kind of flipped. But
They had 3.
oh yeah, they had 3. They had 2 fumbles and a pick. I mean, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll see Juju Lewis pretty soon.
I was going to ask, when do y'all think he takes over?
I think if they lose one, that's like very clearly on Salter. It's a no question. But if it's, I could see like a 2-3 week winning, but like degradation in performance, and then kind of swap them out. They play Houston this week, so
Houston scrappy.
I could see the switch up happening in like the second half, maybe.
That's fair. Yeah,
I think as soon as they're totally out of Big 12 contention, they'll make the switch.
Yeah,
that checks out. All right. Any more thoughts on this one? Or are we good to go ahead and move?
No, let's talk about a game that didn't want to make me gouge my eyes out.
All right. Next up, we got the Illinois Fighting Illini on the road at Duke. Illinois ended up winning this one 45-19. Whoever wants to start us off, what are y'all's thoughts?
Yeah, Duke, that was rough. Sorry,
I did too. No, you're good.
Obviously he was not good.
Yeah, I had Duke as well, and then I made a switch last second. Looked like I thought how it would go in the first quarter and a half, and then it was just Illinois leaning on them from then on. They took over.
Yeah, no, I was kind of impressed with Altmaier's downfield passing ability. They kind of stretched Duke vertically in the second half. I know they kept it. It was 14-13 at half, and I thought it would be one of those 4-quarter games, go down to the wire. But yeah, kind of Illinois just took over. I guess all that experience, being in a close game, helped them out. I know Duke kind of pieced together that offense, in the portal, so they're still trying to get used to playing with each other. But I thought Andrell Anthony stood out at receiver for them. Had a couple tutties, and I thought Mensa, he had some good plays, but he also had some plays like, what are you doing? I still think they could be a solid team in the ACC, but I think kind of Illinois' experience and just overall talent, you could tell they were the better team.
Yeah, I hate when results happen like this, like a week before a game that you're really looking forward to. Duke Tulane, I think it's still going to be a good game, but it was going to be like the showdown of Mensa playing his former school, and now it's like, I think Tulane's going to run away with that one now.
Is that one at
Tulane?
Yeah, I could definitely see Tulane running with that one. I think it'll be a good game though.
But I still think Duke's a fine team. I don't think they'll compete in the ACC now, but I think they'll be a tier 2, 2.5 team.
Yeah, 7-win, 8-win, something like that, maybe.
What they were the last 2 years.
Right.
Illinois has also been building for this year.
Yeah.
So, and Duke's kind of still in that program building phase with Diaz. But Altmaier looked good.
Yeah, no, I was kind of impressed. 300 yards, 3 tutties, and made some play on the ground. Like, I don't know if this will scale to like some of the better teams in the Big Ten. I mean, they've got Indiana, USC, Ohio State. Like, I don't know what they're going to look like against them. I don't know if they're one of those teams where it's what's the term called? The freeze point or whatever, like where you demolish all the teams that aren't good as you, but you play someone who's better and you get smoked. I don't know what it's called. But
USC game will show a lot.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that one's going to look. Like kind of what we were talking about with Iowa State going up against the up-tempo offense. Like, how does Illinois look against USC and Lincoln Riley? So But solid win for them. Y'all got any other thoughts on this one?
Mm-mm.
No. All right. Let's move on. So that will wrap up the noon slate. We're going to move on to some 3:30 action. First up, we can talk about Oregon and Oklahoma State. This one was over probably the first 2 plays of the game.
It was over when Gundy opened his mouth.
Yeah.
Lanning
I
has
get
a,
what he was trying to say, but you can't say that publicly.
especially
Right.
after all of the results of last year, and you're publicly saying in the media this year that this is the first time you're spending money on a team, and then you say that about Oregon after seeing what Oregon did to Colorado 2 years ago. Lanning doesn't play with these teams that try to make a news clipping out of Oregon, and I would think Gundy would know better than that. But
Yeah, I think Gundy knows his time is done. I think he's done after this year.
I think he's just having fun with it now.
Do y'all think
Like,
this is last
Oklahoma
year?
State they had a good run in like the early 10s, but this is bad.
Yeah, I
Like, they're
don't
not even
know.
competitive. I know they played for the Big 12 2 years ago, but it's
I mean,
not even
are they not giving enough? Like, I know that wealthy donor they had
Wait, he died.
a few years ago,
Yeah.
and it seems like they haven't been giving them any money.
But all of his money went to facilities. Like, I've been to Stillwater. It's like all the facilities are really nice. Like, their football indoor is insane. Their tennis courts are insane. Their baseball stadium is wild. Their basketball arena is nice. And then the stadium itself is really cool. And it's a cool little town. But, like, you're never going to be the team in that state.
No,
And, like,
absolutely not.
it's sad because Oklahoma State was good.
I mean, they went to the Big 12 ship, what, 2022?
3. Oh, yeah, 1 and 3.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too long ago. I guess they're just very behind on NIL. I mean, they have to be. I mean, because how do you get this bad in like 2 or 3 years?
Because Gundy, I like Gundy because he says what he means. Like, I respect that. Like, so does Sweeney, but like Gundy lets it all hang out. Like, Gundy says some crazy stuff.
I saw
Taking
basically
his shirt off at the press conference.
Yeah, he had his shirt off, and it's basically like story hour. He's talking about like his first like conference win and stuff. It's like, what?
Well, he's the all-time winningest quarterback at Oklahoma State too.
That's they're showing footage of him in the '80s or whatever playing
No,
quarterback.
dude, he was a dude. Like, he could play.
Who was on that? Thurman Thomas was on that team, I think.
Yeah, they were good.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
I don't think he ever beat Oklahoma. I think he may have beaten once.
I
But
think this may just be a moral victory lap year for him.
go retire, go enjoy Stillwater. There's a lot to do. Not really, but it's if I would live in Stillwater if I was 60.
He's not 40 anymore.
Oh my gosh, what a clip! Yeah, good clip. I will say, Oregon. That was probably one of the better showing. I mean, Willie Stein was in his bag.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I think the difference between Dylan Gabriel and Dante Moore is going to be big, like very evident in the passing scheme wise. I mean, Dylan just couldn't. It was bubble screen city just because he's 5'9", so he can't really see over the field. I think that's going to be one thing that really pushes this offense to the next level is Dante's ability to throw the ball down the field.
They're also really balanced. I mean, you had 631 yards of offense, 8.4 yards per carry, and then 3 different receivers caught touchdowns.
Yeah, 319 in the air. I mean, like you said in the post game, you got to win through the air or by the air and by land. So they did that.
They had 12 players with rushing attempts. That's insane.
That's crazy. Oh my!
So what year is Novosad?
He is redshirt sophomore.
and Moore is a redshirt sophomore too?
Correct.
All right, so in a perfect world, you get Novosad for 1 year. I really like Austin Novosad. He hasn't left yet.
I truly think this might be Dante's one and only year. I will be surprised if he's not leaving by the end of this year.
Yeah, I mean he's NF. I mean, I need to see him play more, but everything I saw yesterday, it is night and day. Even from Bo Nix, like Bo Nix was good, but Moore makes some throws where you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, like I was telling y'all earlier this offseason, like I truly think he's probably the most talented passer. And you know, we get to see it because I mean, Will Stein, it's opened up the playbook immensely. Like he can do anything. And when you have Kenyon Sadiq, you can put him at running back, receiver, tight end. It's just
he had a big block yesterday.
I think he's gotten like 5 pancakes the last 2 games. Like he's just different. But yeah, not too much to take away from this though. I mean, the 2 teams are just nowhere near each other. But
they're playing different sports.
Yeah, truly. I don't think we'll get a good test of Oregon on September 27th in Happy Valley. So, but
boots on the ground there.
Never know. Yeah, might be going to that one. We'll see. But I believe they have Northwestern next, and then Oregon State. So not going to get tested a whole lot. But yeah, any more thoughts on this one?
No, that was a Butler thing.
B2A.
Yeah, B2A. All right, let's move on to the other 3:30 action. We've got the Border War. It is back. It was a great game. Missouri ended up pulling away 42-31. Whoever wants to lead us away with this one, go ahead.
Bo Perbula, not bad. Pretty good. I'm still pretty high on Kansas.
The rushing stats here kind of concern me. 3 yards total?
Or Perbula or
no, Kansas 3 yards.
No, Missouri's defense is pretty good.
Oh my god. And it's not like Jalen Daniels. I mean, he may have gotten, let's see how many times he gets sacked. 3?
Well, part of that's because they had a offensive lineman who had to jump on the ball.
Okay, because I see Kobe Barnes here, -25. Yeah. That might mess it up a little bit. But still, 30 yards rushing, like, that's bad. A little concerning. And then Mizzou had 260 on the ground. Like, jeez.
Yeah, Kansas defense, they will not – I don't think they'll face an offensive line like that. SEC offensive line – or Kansas defense. I like Daniels a lot. So I kind of came away with it as like more of a – I came away with it more higher on Kansas than Missouri, which is probably stupid, but I still think Kansas – they're surprising me. I mean, they've already played, 3 games?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Missouri could be a sleeper in the SEC. I'm not saying they're going to win the league, but –
no.
Yeah. It's the same thing every year with Missouri. Is like, is this going to be the year where – yes, they always string together wins early in the season, but is it going to scale? I don't know. I think Perbula is really good, but is it going to be SEC good? To be determined. Who is Missouri's first? Like,
they've got South Carolina in 2 weeks.
Is that where? At Williams-Brice or
that is home?
Oh, in Columbia, Missouri.
Huh.
Yes, the Columbian Mizzou.
Homo.
Missouri's got a pretty tough stretch in October. They've got Alabama, Auburn, Vanderbilt, and then A&M first week in November.
They'll win a game they're not supposed to.
Yeah, if they can go 3-5, that might be a playoff team. But will they? Probably not.
Yeah, I think main takeaway for me, Mizzou might be a sleeper. I think Kansas still is in that upper group in the Big 12. Don't love the rushing stats on that, but I don't know if they'll face any fronts that are as good as Missouri in the Big 12. Maybe, Utah. I don't know if they play Utah. They
The
do.
Big 12's messed up the scheduling.
They don't play Utah?
Do they?
It says here they play Utah November 28th, last game of the regular season.
Do they play Tech?
Yes. So,
Well,
yeah, Tech and Utah will probably have good as fronts as Missouri.
Baylor's got a good interior line. I know that's counterintuitive what I've been saying, but
yeah, no, I like y'all were saying, I'm curious to see how this scales for Missouri when they start playing those better SEC teams, but might be a sleeper. We'll see. Kind of still have some questions, but overall good game. Y'all have any other thoughts on this one?
no, nearly. I watched the last drive because the Clemson game was overlapped with it.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of this one either, but we can move on to, I guess we can call this one the Alabama-Florida State of this week. South Florida goes into the swamp and beats Florida 18-16.
UCF or USF plus 800 to win the American. Yep. I'm him.
Aging like fine wine.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know what made me do it, but I was like, you know what? Alex Golish can dial it up. Brown's back. And the defense is better than I thought. But this is where the content game really starts. Because Billy Napier in year 4, we're still talking about the same, pardon my French, dumbass mistakes they've been doing for 3 straight years. Like, yeah. I'm going to clip farm the heck out of this segment because it's going to go dummy. But, dude, year 4, and you have a player spitting on a player on the game-winning drive. Year 4, you get the ball with 2:25 left, and you only run off 27 seconds, and you throw twice.
Penalties, 11 for 103 yards.
Dude, they're undisciplined. He's done. He's done.
And their schedule does not get any easier.
No, he's done. Lagway's going to be wearing another uniform next year. He's done.
They're cooked, dude. I mean, they got LSU, Miami, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, and Georgia.
They may not win a game.
God, dude. I mean, this was a have-to-have game.
Yes. I get South Florida's good. Like, I don't want to make it seem like South Florida isn't. South Florida's good, but Florida's C+ should beat USF.
They should have enough talent on the roster to win that game. Yeah, like you said, C- play. Like, just inexcusable. Like,
no, he's done. He is done.
At what point do you pull the parachute? I'm honestly surprised. I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of surprised they just didn't do it.
1-1. Yeah, I don't know if it's probably too early, but
it's too early because then the season just is going to look that much worse.
After the A&M game, I think he's done.
It's really bad.
When's their bye week?
Good question. Let's see.
We say all this, but watch them win like 5 straight.
Hope they do. I hope they do.
5 straight, and then USF's a playoff team.
Okay, they have a bye week September 27th and October 25th.
Mm-hmm. All right, September 27th, so that's after LSU and Miami.
Yeah, if they lose to Miami.
Yeah,
if they lose LSU and Miami,
I don't know if he makes it through the bye week.
Yeah. If you're 1-3, yeah, it might be. Maybe after the Texas game. Oh man,
is that after the bye week?
That would be. That's the first game after their first bye week.
No, he's not going to. I don't think he makes.
Not going to make it to that.
Dude, they got ran off the field last year by Miami. Granted, that was one of the better Miami teams of our lifetime. Still didn't make the AC Championship game. They got ran off the field in Gainesville. And then if you lose to them again, and they look still as high-powered, not as high-powered, but in a different way. You'd be 0-2 against the state of Florida.
Yeah. I think last year what saved his job was the team rallied around him. After losing to South Florida, I have a really hard time seeing that happen again.
Yeah. Did y'all see the video of the USF coaches in the – that was so bad. Oh, my God.
Dude, imagine being a Florida assistant in that moment.
No, okay. Press box etiquette from a former SID. Granted, it is coaches, but when you're in the press box, you can't be doing that. I'm sorry. Like that was like cringe. I get it. You just have the biggest program win ever, but just wait till you're in the elevator.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the schedule. I could see him getting canned after Miami. I'm gonna go for after the A&M game. If they rattle off, what is that, 4 straight losses, I think that's like 100% he's gonna get canned. Like
he needs to give up play calling duties.
Didn't the athletic director tweet like a thing today saying he's still the head coach or whatever?
They tweeted that last year on like a Friday.
I thought they tweeted something today about him being
I haven't seen it today, but I haven't been online as much.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was that he was going to come back because he had to get an offense. He had to get a coordinator. But he's like, well, I'm calling plays because we went on a run last year. He needs to give up play calling duties.
Russ Callaway is there. Yeah, I don't know. He was an analyst. Yeah, dude, he's cooked. And kind of to go away from Florida here, USF. Are they the favorite to maybe make the playoff as a G6?
I mean, the American UTSA lost yesterday to the mighty Texas State Bobcats. That was like the only, I guess. Okay, so Tulane, UTSA, Memphis. I think that's like the 3 best teams in the American outside of USF.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think USF's the highest ranked one, right?
They got to be now. They better be. Are they ranked?
Only ranked
They're 18th now.
Let's go.
The next one isn't till not SMU. Tulane got 9 votes. They're like, what is that? They're like 30th in the country. So yeah, I don't know, man. USF. I want to pull up their schedule real quick. Who they got?
They got Miami this week.
What
if they do it again?
What if they mess around and do it again?
the Kings of Florida.
I mean, after that, South Carolina State, Charlotte, North Texas, FAU. I mean, their schedule is pretty favorable. Like, if Byron Brown can stay healthy, I don't know, man. They could go undefeated.
Not put the horse for the carriage, whatever it's called.
I'm so high on the Bulls right now, though.
Well, yeah, you could have gotten a plus 800 to win the league.
I didn't.
Yeah, I told you. I told you to do it.
I wonder what it's at now.
Stand by.
Well, if it's like plus 700, it's like hammer.
I'm gonna get you that right now.
They're at plus 380. Tulane
wow.
is still the favorite.
Oh wow! Dang.
I might take that.
I might be.
Also, it shouldn't be the University of South Florida. They're in Tampa.
No.
Yeah, that's mid-Florida.
Florida Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
That's already school
though. But yeah, that was just. I think we all are in unison. This is probably Billy's last year.
Has to be.
This is probably it for him.
It's just not working, and like everyone's like, "Well, then DJ will leave." All right, you're gonna sacrifice. Like, I get it. Trust me. Like, he is a good player. He's a good quarterback. But you're gonna sacrifice one more year of DJ. They could set back. Like, what if he stays next year? They go 9-3. Then Billy signs an extension. and then it's like right back to the same old thing. Like you gotta cut ties. I know it will suck to lose DJ, but you have to do it.
I mean, he's not worth your program like going through the same crap for a few years. Like, I don't know. But any other thoughts on this one?
No, Napier is done. He's cooked. He's chopped.
Yeah, he's hella chopped. All right, let's move on to the 7:30 primetime game, with it being Oklahoma taking on the Michigan Wolverines. Oklahoma won 24-13, and why am I blanking? Michigan head coach
Sharon Moore.
Sharon Moore in his visit back to Norman, Oklahoma. What do y'all think about this?
I think you just saw Bryce Underwood still very raw. You got a lot you still got to figure out. That whole offense does. I mean, they just don't really have receivers still. Oklahoma, on the other hand, material's good. He's still a little crazy. And the fact that some of the passes he's making, you're kind of scratching your head, but he hit the guys that he needed to when he needed to. So I don't know. I'm high on Oklahoma. I thought they were going to win, but I didn't think they were going to look. The score leads it to be a closer story than it actually was. It felt like Oklahoma was in control pretty much the entire game. Because Michigan, they didn't have a touchdown until the first play of the second half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Oklahoma was just keeping them a fair distance the entire game. So Oklahoma, let's do it.
Mr. Drummond?
I thought Arbuckle called a really good game. Like, that was fun to watch. It was cool to see Oklahoma competent on offense again. Burks has played really well. Mateer made some throws that you're like, wow. The one he was rolling to his right somehow. Who was the receiver that saved the interception? And then Mateer, 2 plays later, hit him down the sideline.
Was it Satania?
Yes, thank you. That wasn't that just shows you if you do good things, the ball will find you. Like that was a game-changing play that he made, playing defense when he was on offense like that. It was a clear pick, and he made a play, and then boom, the ball finds you. Mateer reminds me of I'm not comparing him to Baker, but he plays like Baker. Like, just runs around, makes plays. My only concern is they run him way too much.
Yeah.
Like, they got to – I think he only had 4 carries. They got to find a back. Like, they need to get their running back, group up to speed. Because if you run him 16 times every week in the SEC, he's not making it.
No. Yeah.
Their defense – that was a Venables defense, though. Marvin Jones Jr. played well.
Defense.
Yeah, no, he definitely stood out. Yeah, no, I was like you're saying. Ott only had 4 carries for 9 yards. Blaylock had 9 for 24. Javonte Barnes 6 for 24. Like, that's a little concerning.
What did Mateer have? Like 16 for 74.
19 carries for 74 yards.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And I know Kirk was on the broadcast talking about them. That's just not sustainable.
But he took some big hits.
He did. I mean, you got a stretch from October to November of Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Bama, Mizzou, LSU.
No, yeah, you can't run a quarterback 16 times in the league like that.
No.
But I think Michigan hit on Bryce Underwood, though. Like, he had some misses, but the ball does look different coming out of his hand. Very different.
Yeah, 100%.
They need to spend all the money they have on receivers in the portal.
100%. Yeah, I thought Haynes looked good. I think he's going to be really good for them.
They got in a fight on the sideline.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone know what that was about?
I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making it out to be.
I just wish I knew the context.
Yeah.
They looked pretty heated, especially with a freshman quarterback reacting like that. It had to be.
He might have checked into something that got him crushed into the, like who knows? It was maybe something to do play wise. It didn't look anything too crazy, but yeah, like you're saying, they need to load up at receiver. Like they got some, like Samaj Morgan's all right, but like they just don't have the talent they need for Bryce to succeed.
They have a 2-year window after they have to.
And their offensive line's just not great either. Like, especially as your head coach being an O-line guy, like kind of way under par for them.
Yeah, I gotta look up something real quick. When I was watching the game, I was questioning, like, they got it to one possession. They only ran Underwood 3 times. I would have ran him a little more. Obviously hindsight's 2020, but he's a good enough athlete. You just run him. I know you don't want to get him hurt, but I think it adds a different element when you can run, especially if you're Michigan. If you can run the quarterback, they couldn't run a quarterback last year. McCarthy was somewhat limited. You get an extra hat in the box. I think they could have moved the ball a little bit more, especially with the pass game not really being there. And then he had some miscommunications with the receivers too. I know in the red zone he threw that fade where the receiver like ran like a bang 8, but he threw the fade. So that's the freshman.
Yeah, no, I think by the end of the year he's going to make some big improvements, but just the skill talent's not there for them. And I know the tight end Klein didn't hardly play at all, which was big for them.
Was he out? I saw he broke up the fight.
Yeah, I think he had a high ankle sprain or something like that going into the game. He might have played a play or two, and you could just tell he was not going to help at all, which I think he was a big part of the passing game, so that kind of hamstringed them a little bit. I think good win for Oklahoma, but like one of those things where it's like, okay, that's not sustainable for a whole season, so we need to see like how that running game develops. But any other thoughts on this one?
I would just say Oklahoma Venables needed that game.
Oh, 100%.
Like that game meant more obviously to Oklahoma than Michigan. I'm not saying Michigan didn't care about it. I'm just saying from a narrative standpoint.
Yeah, you brought in one of the top quarterbacks, like your win now mode. I don't think Michigan is, which is fine. But yeah, overall pretty decent game. But let's move on to the other 7:30 game. Another upset. Mississippi State in Starkville takes down number 12 Arizona State 24-20.
Oh, God. I was not expecting this.
I did a video on this one on Friday, and I expected it to be close. But for Arizona State, Mississippi State was up 17-3 at half. Like, Arizona State scored a field goal at the very end of the half. Like, I did not think Mississippi State was going to come out guns a-blazing like that. Like, it was impressive.
Yeah, Starkville was amped up for that one, especially after what Dilly said. I get what he was trying to say, but trust me, as someone, all three of us went to Clemson. When a coach says something about the town, it usually doesn't end well. I was impressed. I still like Arizona State's running back duo. Braum and Uda?
Rayleigh Brown and Kanye Uda.
Yeah, I can't read my handwriting. Yeah, Brown and Uda. 41 combined carries. But Sam Levitt, dude, 10 of 22. Didn't look like himself.
No. Yeah, I thought Jordan Tyson had a really good. He was like their.
But that's it, dude. That's the only outside receiver they have.
Dude, there's no way I'm looking at it. They had Jordan Tyson was the only.
I think he's the only receiver to make a catch.
Yeah, they had 10 total completions. That's insane. They ran the ball 51 times. Holy crap. It did not seem like that watching the game, but yeah, Blake Shapen had a really good game. He had a few just absolute dimes. I know that. I think it was the touchdown before the half. He just
dropped it in the bucket.
Dude, yeah, Brennan Thompson looked really good.
Thompson and Evans are dudes.
Yeah, Thompson won the game for them. Anthony Evans, he was at Oklahoma, I think. That's a transfer, right?
I want to say, I think he's Oklahoma.
I swear I thought he was. Let's
Say bye.
horrible podcasting, but he was at. Where was it?
He's at Georgia.
Oh, he was at Georgia. Interesting. I know Brendan Thompson, I think, was at Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Brendan Thompson can play, but that deep choice stuff was given Arizona State fits.
Dude, those wide splits, Lebby was cooking.
Yeah, Lebby. I feel good. I feel happy for Mississippi State. They've been through a lot, obviously, with Leach passing away. Then you had some down years. So it was cool to see Starkville lit last night. And I don't know how sustainable that. I mean, I still think they're bottom of the SEC, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm definitely a little. I mean, I don't know what level of concern I am with Arizona State being a contender. Like, obviously, you don't want to lose a game to one of the worst SEC teams. I get it; it's a hostile environment, but a little concerning for me that you don't have anybody else other than Tyson that can make plays on the outside. I'm considering moving them down a tier or two in terms of contender. I'm not sure if they're good enough to be. And I think even Dilly said it in the post game, like, y'all, we could go 6-5 this year. Like, y'all might want to temper expectations.
Yikes, that's some Gundy talk.
Yeah,
I think that was before the season started.
No, he said we may go 3-9 last night.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If
it was bad.
I don't know if that's to fire up his players or like, not what you want to hear from the head coach. Like,
we're also if Levitt plays like that, your Arizona State is done.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Like the Big 12 is a quarterback-centric league,
and they've got TCU, Baylor, Utah, Tech, Iowa State. Like,
they got TCU at home though, so that'll be the. I guess TCU has SMU in 2 weeks, but I think that'd be a good test to see. We'll check back in and see if Arizona State, turn it around or they're still showing what they showed last night.
Right. Any other thoughts on this one?
No, we're good.
All right. Well, that does it. I think this was a pretty freaking good week of college football.
It was awesome.
Chris, what? I know you were at the Clemson game, so you weren't able to watch some of it, but
yeah, I mean, I was tied up suffering most of my Saturday, but yeah, it was a good week. The bits and pieces I got to watch were fun and enjoyable. It sucks being stuck in a concourse for 2 hours waiting for the game to start back, and there wasn't any service, so I couldn't watch anything like that was going on. That wasn't enjoyable, but we don't need to do a deep dive into the game. We won. That's what matters.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I called my dad at halftime. I don't really talk to my dad during games. It was a really bad phone call. On my end, my dad was fine.
What was said?
I don't want to say. It was rough.
Bro was going through a quarter life crisis.
Worse. I just
Bro's just left speechless.
The offense has no rhythm, dude. It's hard to watch. It's so hard to watch.
I think Kay's just a very rhythmic and momentum guy, and
yeah,
he takes like 3 or 4 games to really find that, which is not good. But
my only saving grace is like the good Clemson offense is did not click until week 3, week 4. But the run game did look better. Obviously, I know it's Troy, but Adam Randall does seem to be RB1. I actually was really impressed with Randall. Williams being out didn't help. I know it should have been a blowout. I know. I thought Tyler Brown stepped in and played well. I thought Tristan Lee was out. I guess we found out pregame. So I thought Sadler I thought I played okay. The secondary is a lot better than I thought it'd be. Hannafin's a baller.
He's Hampton played really well. He had a pick, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a pick and then like one bounce off his butt. And Ricardo Jones got it. God, what else? Yeah, it was just the pick. The pick six almost sent me over the edge.
Yeah, I was just like, I crawled into the back of my seat and just was in despair and disgust. It was terrible. And like the people around me didn't know what was happening when the ball went up, but as soon as the ball got tipped, I was like, oh no.
I'm sure that's what was said too.
I was speechless.
I would have dropped a 4-letter word.
It felt like it lasted 20 seconds while the ball was in the air, and then oh my gosh.
I will say, I don't think any part of me thought. I never was really like, okay, we're gonna lose. Like it never got to that point. It was more of like, when is this gonna end? Because eventually, when you play a team like that, you eventually wear them out, and that's what happened. I think the second half, Clemson dominated outside of a drive, and then Troy, the fake field goal was so dumb. I don't know why they did that.
Run your offense, like
just pick the. I mean, I know they brought in their long distance. They brought up their kickoff specialist before the half. He missed it, and I was like, okay, you're down 8, right? Was it? No, they're down. Were they down 4? Yeah, no. Yeah, it was 20-16 still. No. Yeah, no. It was 27-16 when they did the fake. Right? No. Still 2016, because then we hit Wesco.
Yeah.
But
the momentum was strongly.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, it was lit. We'll find out very quickly about this Georgia Tech team or Clemson team when they play Georgia Tech.
At Georgia Tech?
At Georgia Tech. A place that is not traditionally friendly to Clemson. And I don't remember when was the last time we played there? 18, I think, was the last time we played in Atlanta. Oh, well, Bobby Dodd. Sorry. Played in Atlanta in 22, but that was in Mercedes-Benz.
That is a noon kick, correct?
Yeah, it's a noon kick. I think Clemson. I think we find a way. I'm not going to say we're going to lose.
Yeah, you can't do it. But
thank goodness we have a revamped defense. I would be hopeless if we had.
If we had last year's defense, that would have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I would be hopeless going through this game if we didn't.
Yeah, it's just hard to defend Cade at this point.
Yeah,
that's the point where I've gotten to.
Yeah, he just makes stuff like mistakes that are just inexcusable for how old he is and how many.
The pick wasn't his fault.
No,
but he just he looks. But he makes throws. You're like, okay, that's why you were the number 1 player in the country coming out of high school. Like he hit Wesco an opposite hash throw. You're like, all right. Then he hit Wesco, the breadbasket one to put us up 2 scores was beautiful too. But there's no rhythm right now.
Yeah, I don't know what. Maybe. I mean, what do you think the solution to that is?
Ask me that in November. We all know what it is.
It's fair. But yeah, so that kind of does it for our review podcast. I know.
Yeah, sorry to go on a little tangent.
No, it's all good. Preview episode will be dropping later this week. And also make sure to go follow us on the Insta, TikTok, and
Yeah, we're
on-
low key blowing up.
we're going to stay on that grind. We're going to be posting. We have a Twitter now as well. Go follow us on that. What is it? Saturday Club Pod.
Yes.
Go follow us on that. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Chris, Jerry, it's been an absolute freaking pleasure. And we will talk to y'all soon.